Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It's Saturday, just gone 5 o'clock UK time. Well, we midday Eastern, 9 AM Pacific. Welcome to our Craft Along, an award-winning show. Yes, back in the day. This show was an award winner. And if you've not seen these shows before, it's quite nice actually, because we bring you a product which we've featured recently. A lot of the products we've been bringing you, we brought to you on birthday. So chances are you'll have picked these products up, and we bring you an hour-long project for you to be able to craft along with. The idea with this initially was that you would craft along live with us during the show. So if you can do that, so much the better. If you can't, this show is here for you wherever you normally watch us, on Facebook or indeed on YouTube, and it will be there forever. So if you've already got the product that we're dealing with today, which is your amazing Duet ColourBloom Shimmer Inkpads, you can obviously do this project down the line. Or if you see the project and you think, well, I haven't got those, you can pick them up in this show, because we've still got all of the options that we had available on birthday available for you on this particular show. Just to mention as well, you guys are getting the hang of this by now. This is obviously a pre-recorded show, so we won't be able to answer any of your questions which come through on the comments. However, we always have a social superstar there, so if you have got any questions, you can chat to our social superstar, or you can chat amongst yourselves as well. But as I say, we're not live, so we won't be able to answer those questions for you should you have any. However, what we are able to do is bring you one of the very best in the business for this show, bringing you her project step by step, is the lovely Barnsley bombshell herself, Debby Robinson. I'm super excited about this show.
So am I, because I love, how many times do I say it? I love our Duet ColourBloom. I've always loved the Duet Inkpads, but I love the Duet ColourBloom because they have got that beautiful shimmer running through that ink pad. So they are such a versatile ink pad, and I absolutely love these. I will run through the list for you, but this is what we're... Now, we'll just tell you... Surprise you, you know what I'm like, and I always go for me same old kind of sentiment. I've left it bare this time.
No
I
way.
have, because I thought, do you know what? You can choose your own sentiment. What I'm going to show you is how to create this gorgeous separation of colours, to create this lovely technique, to do a bit of debossing, not embossing, debossing, to get almost like that. Looks like I've drawn around that embossing folder. So all the techniques that you're going to get from Craft Along, but that's the finished project. And then you can decide what you want to put on there. And also you can decide on the colours. I've just chosen 3 colours, which I'll go through in a second with you when I give you the menu of what you need. But step-by-step instruction. I love Craft Alongs. It's my favourite show. I've never hidden that fact. It's my favourite show that we do here, because I love that step-by-step real-time crafting. What I want you to promise me though, I know we're not live right now, but promise me that you'll tag me and Ben in any of your makes and whichever embossing fold you've used, because there is 4 to choose from, but I've chosen one in particular to get this kind of look. Just promise me that you'll do that. Now, I hear you cry, what do I need for the Craft Along?
What do I need for the Craft Along?
You need this, Ben. So let me give you the list. I've personally chosen the Floral Meadow embossing folder, which is a 2D embossing folder. I've chosen 3 colours, and I've gone for Sun Goddess, I've gone for Mountain Meadow, and also the Arctic Flower. Watercolour cardstock, I feel you get the best results, so you can choose watercolour cardstock. But I've also chosen matte black card, multi-purpose card as well. And then the additional elements that you're going to need, of course, we need a Gemini to run the embossing folder through, so I've chosen the Gemini 2. A guillotine to do all of your mats and layers, a score master to do your fold, because we're going to make a fold card, it's just literally one fold that we're going to be doing. A water bottle spritzer, so our large one, or any of our misters will do. Paintbrushes, any paintbrushes, different sizes. I'll show you why in a second when we come to do the Craft Along. And all-purpose glue to stick all your projects down with. You can use foam pads if you want to do a little bit of lifting with your mats and layers, but that's basically the tools that you need to get along with this Craft Along. So, while I get ready, and we're going to start a kickstart, I'll throw back to Ben, and then just get all your bits together, and then we'll start that real-time crafting for you.
Let's take you through everything. So we have all of the options available for you that we brought to you when we launched these. So It's up to you. Everything is there on the shop to show. If you want to kind of pick and choose and go individually, you can. If you just want to go for the ink pads on their own, you can. If you want to go for the embossing folders on their own, you can. However, we are going to show you the showstopper option. Showstopper option is everything basically in one click, and you're also saving yourself an extra bit of money when you go for the full collection. 6 brand new colours of our Duet ColourBloom ink pads, and again, these are the ColourBloom with the shimmer as well. So you've got that change of colour, you've got that beautiful shimmer, and really easy to do, as you'll see with Debbie over the course of this show. One ink pad, like you can see here with the Mountain Meadow, for example, but once you've applied that first layer and then you've applied your water to it, you can get that secondary colour coming through, and you get that across all 6 of the pads that you're going to get. So you're going to get the Midnight Rose, the beautiful Mountain Meadow, the brilliantly named Fruit Pie. You've also got Neptune, Sun Goddess, and then your Arctic Flower as well. So all 6 of those are included within the bundle. You also get your embossing folders, 2 2D embossing folders, and then 2 3D embossing folders. This one is your beautiful butterfly collage, and the one that Debbie is going to be using in the project, the Floral Meadow. That is just beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely love it. I love all of these, all of them.
The designs are so gorgeous. The illustrations are fantastic. And then you've got your 3Ds as well. The swirling waves is absolutely beautiful. And you can even get to see on that one, if I tilt that a little bit of that shimmer coming through. And then you've got the beautiful and stunning celestial as well. So again, with the moons and the stars and all of the different constellations there. And just a few little projects to kind of whet the appetite to show you the kind of things that you can do. But isn't it amazing? From one ink pad, you can achieve the different colours, you can achieve the shimmer as well, and you don't have to be next level crafter to be able to do that. I mean, again, look at that project. Nicole put that one together. You know, in essence, fairly simple to be able to do, but it looks
absolutely, it looks beautiful, and you can see that colour separation in there.
Yeah.
I think Nicole's actually over the embossed area. I think she's used some kind of looks like a gilding wax over the top. Mix mediums, but you'll get that beautiful shimmer running through there. It's not an in-your-face glitter. Don't expect that, but it's got that hint of that shimmer, and they're absolutely beautiful. You can see that perfectly with that. That is stunning. Yeah. Is that a Nicole card?
That's a Nicole one again.
I thought it were. It's just beautiful. But that separation of colour on that one alone, the same there from one ink pad. It's just crazy.
All of these are just brilliant, and I mean, get that one again. Look at that. Rebecca's put that one together. Really, really stunning. If you go for the full collection, the showstopper on screen, you also open up the bonus buy as well. I'll go fairly swiftly through this because we're running out of time already. It's the sentiment bonus buy. So basically, you get a whole host of sentiments. I won't spend too long on these, but you're going to get all of these for half the price on screen when you put them into your basket with your showstopper. So you've got best wishes in there. You've got a little wedding invitation die. This one, wishing you happiness. That one is actually a frame alongside a whole host of different stamped sentiments. The Simply sentiments, these are brilliant. Featured these actually during the week as well. Loads of different sentiments there, so you can build up your own sentences. You've got the sentiment set from the Kingfisher collection. That's the All Occasions. You've got the Stay Wild stamp set from the Wild at Heart, and then from the Honeysuckle collection, 16-piece stamp set, again with lots of kind of bee-themed sentiments. So that is available as an individual bundle. If you want to get that though, and you're buying the showstopper, get that into your basket, halve that price on screen. 28 becomes 14, 36 becomes 18. You are welcome. As I say, we are pre-recorded, so if you've got any questions, you can pop them in the comments, but we won't be able to answer them. Hopefully our social superstar will, or indeed the others watching the show. But we're going to crack on now. Like Debbie said, if you do craft along with us, if you do make this project, tag us in any of your makes because we love to see them. And we will have a break at some point if you do need a chance to catch up. But Debbie is waving her heat tool at me.
I think I may have missed something off the menu.
Ah.
Typical Debbie, I'm always the same. I write things down and I've just had a little look and I did miss it off.
Oh.
One of the most, and I call it the Leanne's Law when it comes to using our Duet ink pads. Obviously this is the Shimmer one and the ColourBloom as well. Heat tool. Yeah. It's going to stand you in good stead. So a heat tool to add to that list. Thank goodness it's not live and it's pre-recorded. I know, I could have sandwiched that back in there, but it's fine. fine. You know, you can do this. You can actually get the looks without. I think Debbie showed that in the launch show. But I prefer the drying. I prefer to follow Leanne's law. Dip, 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 dab, dab, dab.
Well,
all
the
that kind
drier
of
it
thing.
is, the more of a reaction you get, is what I've learned.
Exactly, yes, especially with the shimmer. Especially with the shimmer. Right, let's start. We need a piece of cardstock to create our. I'm going to do it back to front this time. We're going to do all what we're going to need to do to create the piece, and then we'll do the card fold at the end.
Okay.
Our embossing folders, they are 4x6. Now, I've often talked about Debbie's law when it comes to
so many laws.
Folders. I'm making a note. I'm making my own up. If Leanne can have one, I can have one. I cut it down to a fraction of the size of the embossing folder. So I know that's 6x4. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, so that I know my cardstock fits into the embossing folder perfectly, and also doesn't get any wrinkling, and I don't have to cut it down once it's done, because obviously with an embossing folder fibres stretch, so sometimes you can get like a pull and a little bit out there. So if you've cut it down to size, it saves all that. Right, that's the first piece, and I've done that on watercolour cardstock. However, we're not doing this stage just yet, so I'm just going to put that to one side. I'll leave my guillotine out because we're going to be doing some more mats and layers. But the first thing we're going to do is decide on our colours. Now, these are my particular colours that I've chosen. As you can see, Tracy, just in case you're watching, my own ink pads. Now, I'm going to use Sun Goddess and Arctic Flower. I was thinking about the fruit pie.
Oh.
Because I do love the fruit pie. Do you know what? No, stick to
your plan.
Stick to your plan.
Yeah.
Don't. I do this all the time. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have these two colours, one at the top, one at the bottom. So I'm going to take it. Now, can I just give you a little top tip? I don't know if this is a Leanne law or not, but with the ink pad, I want that glitter to be at the top. Do you know the lovely sparkle, that lovely shimmer? Should I say not glitter, the shimmer? So I tip my upside down and I store my ink pads this way, just so that it's all there at the very top. So the shimmer's already there.
Oh, okay.
So that's just my little bit of a top tip. Now I'm going to pop a little bit down onto my mat in the Sun Goddess, that way. And I'm also going to put my Arctic Flower. And again, like I said, you could choose your own colour palette. This is just, I love the contrast between the two, so that's why I've chosen that. Now, I've got a pot of water. I know that wasn't on the list, but I think it's self-explanatory. Just got a pot of water there. And I've also got some various different size brushes. One to paint with, because we're going to do a little bit of detailed. A more thicker one, because I want to lay a bit of this down. And I'm just going to dip that in. Now, get yourself a little bit of tissue paper as well. So just dip that into your water, dab a little bit off. I don't want to go too mad, but I want to create a little bit of a paint. And when I say a bit random, it's random. It is a little bit random.
Squiggles.
A little bit of a squiggle, a little bit of a paint on there, and just slap it down. We can add more to it as we go along, which probably will do, to be honest. But for now, I'm just going to slap. You're not slapping anything, Debbie. We're just going to pop a little bit down onto the cardstock, which looks a bit messy to start with. It'll all make sense. It's all about layering, it's about building, and not rushing, thinking you can do. And you could, to be fair, take that in and pick it up the slushy way. Do you know the smoosh way? But I feel you get a little bit more control when you add it. So that's the first colour down. Let me just give my brush a little bit of a clean. And then we're going to come in with the secondary colour. We're going to pick that up. You can see the colour separation almost instantly between the purple and the blue there. And again, we're just going to slap it on.
Slap it on.
Yeah, don't be afraid. You just to get.
Now the fact that you've overlapped there as well, does that mean we're going to get the blend of the secondary colours too? We are, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But I just want to create a little bit of a background to start with. So we're going to come in and we're going to, like I said, leave that. Keep this here if you want for a little bit later. I'm not going to wipe it up just yet. Just want to dry this off to start with. I can already see the shimmer coming through and I've not even dried it. Beautiful. I absolutely love these. Really, really love them. And then we're just going to come down and dry that stage off. Doesn't take very long this way around because I'm kind of doing a colour wash background here. So it doesn't take long to dry, so it's just a couple of seconds over the top, and that's practically bone dry already. And a little bit of that shimmer coming through. Like I said, the lovely thing about this is it's not like an in-your-face glitter. When you get them home and you start playing with it in the light, you start to see that lovely little bit, well, look, you can see it there. A lovely bit of shimmer.
Yeah.
Sorry, James, did you say close? I do apologise. I don't know if you can see that there, where you get the shimmer coming through. Even on watercolour cardstock, you still get, oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Honestly, they're just beautiful. I can't tell you, I mean, I've always been a big fan of Duet Inkpads. These,
Next level.
I wish we'd got them in like 12 or 20 colours, not 6. However, 6 colours times the 2, you've got 12 colours, because that's how you look at that. Right, so the next thing we're going to do is, let's do a little bit of layering. In fact, let's just drop a little bit of water down. So I'm going to come in and we're going to do a little bit of splash. A little bit of we call it faux bleaching, but actually what you get is colour separation, because straight away I can see the blue coming through, and also that lovely, it's like a fruit salad.
Yeah, it is a little bit fruit salad-y.
A little bit of the yellowy orange tones coming through with that beautiful pink. You can see the blue. So like with a water reactive one, you get like a faux bleaching effect, which strips it back to like a white. With the ColourBloom, what you're actually getting is the secondary colour coming through. And again, it's like magic. I don't know how we do it. I wish I did know how they made these, because I'd be fascinated to know how they made them. But all I know is the effect that you get.
Look at it down the bottom already.
Oh, you can see, look at it. It's not white, it's the blue coming through. Because the 2 colours in the Arctic flower, as you can see, you've got this gorgeous purpley blue pink coming through, and that's exactly what you get. You can see that around the big splash mark. But I'm just going to add just a little bit more, and I'm going to let that dry. Now I could, at this stage, pop that down, lift it off. Let's see if I can do it there. So you can see it a little bit more where it's a bit more solid. You can actually let that, now is it called the oxidisation process?
Oxidisation?
Something like that,
yeah,
isn't it? I remember Leanne telling me that time. It's a big word for me and I can still never remember.
We'll go with that.
What was that?
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that, yeah. Or you could just dry that stage off as well. So you can just take your heat tool and dry over there as well. And it does dry pretty quick. It's not going to take it's not going to take forever. So I'm just going to give that a little dry. Now that's a lovely, even just by lifting it off, you would expect when you do the faux bleach technique to strip back to white. It's not. It's the secondary colour under there. That's that hybrid ink pad that's got the water reactive nature, but the secondary split of that colour, and that's why you've got the dye-based ink under there that stays put, which, that's the magic. That is the absolute magic. And again, we are going to do little stages where we're going to layer this up, because I'm happy with so far, but I'm going to layer a bit more. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to, in fact, you know what you're going to do, Debbie? We're just going to do that. And again, I'm just going to stop moving, tool. Stand on. The tool is moving then. Can you see the secondary colour coming through?
Yeah.
Love it. And I said secondary colour. Ben, can you see through there?
I can...
Because I can see the purple.
Oh yeah,
and
like a pinky and blue.
And the blue. Honestly, fabulous. I love these. I just think they're fabulous. The same with this one. Can you see that lovely pinky fruit salady kind of colour? The darker, more like cerise pink or like magenta? Oh no, hot pink. Fuchsia.
Hot pink.
A bit of hot pink fuchsia. Round the outside. I know it's difficult at camera. When you've got it in your naked eye, you'll totally get what I mean. And we've still got that little bit of shimmer running through there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do... Oh, dear, I've let it dry. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to take our embossing folder. Now, with your embossing folder, and I think we mentioned this during launch, to get the embossed, you would have your raised side, which is here, pushing through your cardstock.
Yeah.
However, we're going to flip reverse it.
Oh, hello.
Because you would, at this stage, put that through there, lift that through, the embossing, run your ink over. I find it really messy. I know, because I've tried. So, the deboss way, and I'm going to do it, and remember, the right-hand side is where we're going to put this, because that is the bit that's raised. So I'm going to take my ink pad. Now, you can take your ink pad, you can take a brayer, you can go over the top, or you could take an applicator, which... Did I put that on my list? Whoops.
Never mind, we'll just keep adding to it as we go.
Yeah, so you could take that over to catch that raised area. Of course, you can go on with your ink pad across there. You get a little bit of a slightly, what can I call that look? I'm going to say messy, but that's the wrong word.
Grungy?
Grungy would be a good word because it'll catch some areas. When you take an ink pad and go over the embossing folder, it can catch in areas that you might not necessarily want. So a brayer is a good one to do. However, you can still do it with one of your tools because all I want to do is catch the area that's raised. So I'm going to do it with my ink applicator.
So it's quite a light touch then, is it?
Just a little light touch just over the top. Or if you are comfortable and confident, take it with your ink pad and scooch it across the top. Is that right, Bert? Scooch across the top.
Yes.
Smooch across the top.
Oh, you liked Scooch at Eurovision. They were brilliant, weren't they, all those years ago?
Oh, flying the flag.
Flying the flag.
Did we do very well that year?
Huh?
I don't think we did very well that year, did we?
I think they came last.
I know, I can't remember it.
Don't we always come last though, so...
Well, they were a Team U steps, weren't they?
The team who stepped.
Well, they were.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to do the steps, because steps were quite big at that time, weren't they? And I think they were trying to recreate that.
They came 22nd out of 24, so actually not too bad for UK. We, when I worked at a radio station back in Devon, I used to work on the radio, I don't know if you knew, we booked them for a summertime festival that we did on Paint and Green, Scooch.
Really?
Yeah, and they were one of those bands that they were doing like loads of like cover stuff, and you just think, just sing the song. Do you know when you get bands like that and you're just waiting, like they got the one song? It's like, come on, just sing the song.
Right, I have put my cardstock down into the area that would normally be embossed, because what I want to do is close that in, because you're going to get a reversed image, but what you are going to do is get a bit of a neater, and I'm just going to make sure I've held that cardstock into place. There we go. You're going to get more of a, where I've done like the pen line, if that makes sense, like almost like I've drawn it. Right, so the combination for this is normally would be just your two white plates. However, I want the extra oomph, so I'm going to put my metal shim into there, and then put the other cutting plate onto the top, and then run that through the die cutting machine. And what that will do is, instead of embossing, it'll deboss, but it'll give me that inked line as though I've drawn it by hand, really steady, as if. But, you know, I mean, some of you could perhaps potentially get that line, but I prefer that. I think that looks really lovely.
That looks really cool.
And I will just show you, I mean, give that a clean. It's got a bit of ink in it. Don't do a Debby. When I got this out earlier, it was like, oh God, I didn't clean it from the other day. So give it a nice little clean. But I'm just going to show you the opposite, just for a second so you can see the difference. When it's embossed and then you run your ink, you can slightly go a little bit, like a bit messy. I mean, again, take your applicator over the top.
Yeah.
But I do like the reverse side of it, and I like that almost look like I've drawn it effect,
yeah,
which I think looks really
sketched
effective.
Effect.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get rid of this because it's starting to... I mean, normally I wouldn't do that, and I would use that ink, but it would just get in on me...
Wick.
A little bit, yes, a little bit. Now, I'm going to take the Sun Goddess, and I am going to pop it... Oh, do you know what? I could have reactivated that. What a waste of ink.
Oh, you just mopped up?
I've just mopped up a bit of Sun
What
Goddess.
are you like?
What a bit of a waste of ink that was. I mean, really, Debbie, really. Terrible. Now, we're going to do a little bit of painting into here as well. At this stage, if you want, though, you could lift a little bit more. So you could take your brush and you could lift a little bit off. And I say lift a little bit off, what you're actually doing is getting that secondary colour coming through again. So you can kind of give that little bit of an helping hand if you want to put a little bit more excess ink down. But if I just show you for a second, when I lift that off, what it's done is left that secondary colour underneath. However, when it comes to painting, just take your little brush and then come on in, and it makes that pop of colour just that little bit brighter. And again, I'm just going to pick up, and I've gone with the smaller of the brush here. This is when you can have a play around with more colours if you want. I suppose it depends on the look that you're going for.
Yeah.
But I like, I've gone with these 3 colours, but of course that's really 6 in total when you add the water to it.
Well, they work brilliantly together. It's a lovely selection of colours.
I just, well, love being the word, because I absolutely adore these. Again, you could go straight over, so I've stripped that one back, but this one I've left as it is, because look at that colour over the top. You'd expect it to go a little bit muddy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it hasn't.
Yeah.
It hasn't at all. And so this bit, I'm just taking... Oh, Debbie, you've got your ink on there. Don't be silly. You'll be washing that off. When you want to reapply, just take your brush into the ink and then just painting in there.
Yeah.
I can already see as well that shimmer again coming through, which just looks lovely. So I'm just going round all my little flowers and I'm just going to paint those in. I can add a little bit more to it if I'm not happy with the first layer of colour. So let's just come in and add... But I do like this. These inks are just fab for this. They are absolutely beautiful. So again, I'm going to come in and just pick up all my little flowers of that embossing folder. In fact, you know what? I'm going to lift that one first of all. Let me come in with a little bit of water. And again, just go over the top.
I'm loving the fact that you're using a water bowl today as opposed to using water in a cup, because I do get very nervous when you do painting.
Yeah,
I think it's been on two shows where I've seen you drink your paint water.
Oh, the amount of times.
I think, you know, it's happened a few times.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Just a few.
So you're not going to drink out the bowl, are you not?
No, definitely not. That's why I've put it in that, because
Yeah.
that, I can tell, is nothing to pick up and drink.
Yeah.
I do it all the time. All the time.
Easy
I do it
done.
at home.
Do you
It's
actually?
not like I do it on air, I do it at home. The amount of times I've drunk water that's had paints in them, I wonder what my insides look like.
Very,
Colourful.
very pretty.
Very colourful. Now, can you see it's just stripped back of that colour, but that secondary colour's coming through there. But what it's going to mean is that this is going to pop that little bit more. Let me come in with a bit more Sun Goddess. Let's just add a little bit more. Notice I'm not going back into that colour because it's already been watered down, so I don't want to interfere. What I want to do is get a really bright, look how gorgeous that looks when you strip it back. It's got a couple of choices that you can do it with.
Is that the Sun Goddess, did you say?
This is the Sun Goddess, yeah. Goddess.
Goddess.
Yes.
What was your, I was trying to think of it today, well it was not today, it was our today, not your today watching, because obviously we're in the past, because this is pre-recorded. Don't forget, in case you're wondering, if you think, why is Ben ignoring us today? It's not because I'm being rude, it's because we're not really here. Ooh, freaky. Anyway, today I was doing my story, and I was trying to recall your new nickname for yourself. Because I obviously call you the Barnsley Bombshell. What was it again? Crafty?
Craftedite.
Craftedite.
That's the one. Craftedite. Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't know...
Instead of Aphrodite, Craftedite.
Yes, yeah.
Self-proclaimed, can I just say.
Yes. When did that come about again?
Oh, we did a show a few weeks ago, didn't we, Jamie?
On here?
Oh, I was with Becky. It was during Halloween.
Ah.
Yeah, it was during Halloween. And we had the... I think it was the Myths and Legends.
Oh, yes, well, that would make sense.
Yeah. And the goddess loved, and I went, I'm the goddess of craft, and then I just went crafted IT, and that was it then.
And it stuck.
Yeah.
Ah. So Becky asked what your goddess name would be, and you came up with crafted
Yeah, that's it. Nice, see, but it's catchy, isn't it?
It is very catchy.
It's catchy, yeah.
Did Becky
We've got
come?
the Hottie Scotty.
The Potty Scotty.
Hottie. Hottie, not
I thought you
Potty.
changed his nickname for a second then.
No, the Hottie Scotty.
Potty Scotty. Crafted IT.
Yeah, the fish.
The fish.
I love her nickname, the fish. Presentation lead, I love that one, yeah. That's a good one.
It's not a great nickname though, that is it really?
Oh, I don't know.
It's not brilliant. It's no crafted IT he, is it?
The godfather of craft for old Johnny.
Johnny.
Oops.
Yeah.
Young Johnny.
Young Johnny. Old father craft. What do we call Sheena? I think I used to call her the crafty magician.
Well, to me, she's the queen of messy crafts. She always has been. That's been a nickname for quite a long time. Because what she can do with inks...
It's magic.
She is magic. She is a magician, actually, to be fair. We need to give you a new nickname. We need to find a new nickname for Ben.
Yeah.
It's a shame it's not live. We could have had some suggestions.
We should have. Probably a good thing, actually. Probably a good thing. Did Becky come up with a nickname for herself in that show then, or not?
Oh, do you know, I think she did. I think she did back... yeah.
She called herself Divine Goddess Veronica.
Yes, that was it. That was it.
Well, I mean, that is brilliant.
A mouthful. And I can't remember.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, does it? Not like crafty dye.
It doesn't just roll off the tongue, does it, at all? I'm just going to quickly dry this before I add any more colours to it and before I do any more layering, because I want to create a little bit more interest to that, so I'm going to just carry on. But I'm just doing this because I want you to see that lovely shimmer, and I'm going to angle that in a second.
And drying is the key to the best results here, isn't it?
It is,
dry and dry and dry again.
Especially when you are wanting the colour separation. Which I know we haven't done any of that because we've just done a bit of painting, but what I wanted to show you was that beautiful shimmer. Can you, do you want it at the front, or is it okay there, Jamie? That way? There we go. So if you look at the flowers, if you come into the flowers, you'll see that beautiful...
yeah, you can just see it on the petals there now. Yikes.
God, love these. Love them.
I thought you were having a moment there for a second.
I was having a little inky moment then because they're just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to come in with the Arctic flower a little bit down there. I have brought in a secondary colour because obviously because this is Mountain Meadow, which is a bit of green and blue. But I'm just going to pop a little bit I love these colours. They're just so beautiful, so vibrant as well. But I'm going to add, and I'm going to do a little bit more painting with these as well. So again, just that little, again, you can see that colour separation in there.
What's that one? Mountain Meadow?
Mountain Meadow.
I feel that'd be a nice colour to use on your embossing folder with the swirls on it.
Yes.
Like waves, ocean waves.
Yeah, absolutely.
A life on the ocean wave, a home on the rolling sea. Wow.
I just had to...
Sorry, Nicola just got her words mixed up.
Yes.
I used to be in a little group when I was in Brixham called the Anchor Boys. Have I told you about that?
You was in the Anchor Boys?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if they have that elsewhere, but it was kind of like Brixham's own version of the Scouts and the Cubs. So we had our little, group meetings on I don't know when it was, like a Wednesday night, had little red jumpers instead of the green ones, and we used to do more seafaring activities. Yeah, we had neckerchiefs, a red jumper, and I want to say we had a cap of sort. Yeah, we had badges as well. So we do all of like the knots and stuff, and then you might, I don't know, go and do more seafaring-y stuff. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I just remember, all I remember from that though is, well, A, we were called the Anchor Boys, Nicola, and B, I just remember the jumpers being very, very itchy. Yeah,
Ooh.
Itchy jumpers.
Did you say it was a bit like Boy Scouts and things?
Yeah, it was a little bit like that. Like they do in the Cubs, and they have like all the badges that you can do. I don't know, you do like...
Yeah, because my little granddaughter, Sapphire, she's in the Rainbows, which is the one before the Brownies and before the Girl... Because it's Brownies, Girl Guides, and it's called Rainbows.
But before the Brownies?
Yeah, so she's in there now. She goes there every Monday.
What does she do there?
Oh, they play, they build. She made a beautiful... Oh, my God, I can tell she's got some of Nanan's creativeness. Is that such a word?
Creativeness?
Yeah, because she made out of boxes the most fabulous yacht.
A yacht?
A yacht. Out of boxes. I'll show you after. You won't believe it when you see it. It's just amazing. And she had no help. She won a badge for it.
She won a what?
Got a badge.
Oh, badge.
Yeah. She's so talented.
She's obviously got like high aspirations for later in life. If
Bless
she's
her.
building yachts. How old is she?
She's 6.
I mean, there you go.
Yeah, 6. Super creative.
I don't think I even knew what a yacht was at 6.
Well, neither did I think she knew what one was, but she did. She built a yacht.
Bless her. Yeah, I need to see pictures of that.
I know. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Now, I'm just taking, while we've been busy chatting there, all things rainbows and...
Anchor Boys.
Thank you. I will let you say it because I'm not saying it because I get myself into trouble and I don't like Nicola. But yes, I've just taken one of the small edge brushes just to go into that design. And the lovely thing, of course, it's the same with embossing. You've got a little bit of a guide there to be able to create that. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a wash down. And I was debating, should I leave those purple or should I do a little bit of... I think I might just run a bit of green over them. Yeah, I think I'll run a bit of green. I did on the original, so I'll do that again. Just brushing over the top. Oh, I've missed a leaf. Good job, I saw that. So let me just come down and just add a little bit of green into there.
For people who are quite new to this as well, I always think, painting or colouring an embossing folder is potentially makes it a little bit easier for you.
Yes, yeah.
So you've got like the
Whether
guidelines,
it be
haven't
debossed
you?
or embossed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got something to work with. You're not having to do it freehand or anything like that. You've got a little bit of a grid going off there. Last bit of colour that I just want to add down is, I'm just going to pick up, do you know that colour separation on the purple one, on the Arctic flower? You almost see immediately. You can see the blue straight in there. And I'm just going to go over, now I can never remember the name of these.
What?
These flower heads.
What flower heads?
Oh, do you know what? I think I did them. Oh, I did. Oh, well, I can have a purple one. I'll have a different one. To me,
Is it a tulip?
A what?
Is it a tulip?
That's not a tulip.
What? Oh, no, lavender.
Is it a lavender? Is it?
Oh, no. It's, oh, what's it called? Oh, it's called, we did a collection, didn't we? Wisteria, isn't it?
No, wisteria hangs down.
Did you just tell me to grow up in a gallery? Oh, it doesn't grow up. I thought you went.
Who doesn't grow up?
Wisteria. It's lavender. Let's go with lavender. Although it doesn't really look lavender because lavender is a bit bushier than that, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm just popping a little bit of a secondary colour in there. Well, I say secondary colour because we've got about 3-4 different colours going off in here. Just to add a little bit of shade down that side as well. So I quite like that actually. This, listen, you're going to have to keep me in check because I get carried away when I'm doing things like this. Now what I'm going to do is, now I think I've coloured everywhere that I wanted to colour. Don't overly, do you know, honestly, I was going to say don't get your knickers in a twist.
Don't get your knickers in a twist.
Don't get them. But, just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Enjoy that build-up. Don't worry too much about that. Oh, I've got to stay within the lines. Honestly, we're not going for that look at all. But what I'm going to do is just dry this stage. So I'm just going to put my heat tool on and I'm going to give that a little bit of a dry. But what we're going to do now is start to add a little bit more colour into there. So, and get that colour separation. We're going to add a bit more colour, building up some layering techniques that you can do with it as well. You're not losing any of the shimmer at all. The shimmer looks just equally as lovely when you've added more on, but I think I'm going to stick with the colours that I've got. Oh, I did it again. You let me wipe it up.
Oh, what are you doing?
Do you know?
Why did nobody say?
I am wasting ink.
It's almost like we're letting her do it on purpose.
Honestly. Oh, so bad. So bad. But...
Nicola, you need some new colleagues. We've been with you for so long, we take no notice. You need some more people who are more on the ball than us.
More on the ball, that's it, yes, more on the ball. So I'm going to add a little bit more into there, fill it up a little bit more. Yeah, come on down there. Let's add I don't want to leave too much white space. In fact, I don't want to leave any white space, to be fair. But again, just, you know, build up a little bit of the colour, just... You know, take a little bit down there. I'm going to come in with the purple. Do not let me wipe that up. Keep that there. Just remind me. You know, are you listening? Are you listening? Don't let me wipe it up.
No.
Okay? Keep it where it is. So. There we go.
Let us know in the comments if you. Oh no, can't.
Don't let me wipe it up.
Don't wipe it up.
Don't wipe it up. Yeah. So
Debbie.
Yes.
Don't wipe it up.
I won't wipe it up. I won't. Right, so I'm going to leave that there, dry that off again. Leave. Move out of the way, just down here out of the way. Let's give that a little bit extra. Seriously. I'm going to keep you water because I'm going to add a little bit more to this. But, again,
Don't
that shimmer, when it dries, you see that it's just so beautiful. Whoops, I've gone over my little... I did say it didn't really matter, did it?
Nah, it's organic.
It's all right. It's organic, yeah. Just when I'm looking at them thinking, hang on a minute, what have I done? Oh, yes. Maybe not. Maybe just, I'm sorry. I'm not a I keep saying I'm not a
perfectionist.
I'm not a perfectionist, but I am.
Don't leave it there. Don't wipe it up.
Not going to wipe it up. Let's just give that a little blast. Again, shimmer. See, can see the shimmer. beautiful shimmer. But let's add a little bit more with some water, the water reactive part of it, and let's get some more of that colour separation. Because if I just show you for a second side by side, this is what it looked like when I was doing mine, but then adding more to it, and again, that arty kind of look, I quite like that. So, but you need to add a little bit more to it. And the same here, as when you look at it, I think it's quite bright and vibrant, but it won't, because we're going to add more water. We're going to splash some more water down onto that. So take your brushes again. Let me make sure this is the clean brush. Give a little flick.
I mean, you could literally keep adding to this forever, couldn't you? I mean,
absolutely.
You almost need to get to a point where you go step away from the project.
That's the thing. I did have to do that because I probably would have gone in. I think that was about 3 lots of layering with colour, and then I thought, just stop. Just stop. It's lovely as it is. Leave it as it is.
Walk away, Renee.
It's that kind of, when do you stop? When do you take that step back? I think sometimes it can be quite difficult to know when, because you don't want to over spoil it.
Wipe it up.
Let me just wipe the wet. It's because I wanted to wipe the wet up. Keep those little bits down there, because we're going to add a little bit of colour back onto there as well.
That, wouldn't it?
I'm going to come in a bit more. We're going to leave it just for a couple of seconds. You can start to see it doing its work. You can start to see it here. You can start to see it down there. I think I'll just, let me get another tissue. Yeah, let's just get another bit of tissue, because I think it's safe to say it's done its bits. Don't need to do any more.
Sure.
I think, I'm pretty sure. So let's.
That looks marvellous now.
It's just starting to look into it. Now, again, you could dry. In fact, yes, we'll give it a blast, Debbie. Give it a blast.
It's lovely yellow's coming through now on my screen. I can see.
That lovely fruit salady kind of colour. Yeah, it looks really lovely. Jamie keeping me in check there with the timing. Yes, I think we've got plenty of time. I think we're okay. Let me just dry. Yeah, it's dry. Let's just add a little bit more. Should I go in with a thicker brush?
A thicker brush?
No, actually, I'll just splash a bit more down on it.
Are those the Royal and Langnickel ones you're using?
I am using the Royal and Langnickel, although when I was putting it, because we do have a set of
those
brushes.
are our ones?
Yeah, and I think there's
5 of those.
4, 5? 4 or 5?
I think there's 5 of ours, isn't there, and 4 Royal and Langnickels, I think.
The 5? Thank you. It's probably because I've only got 4 left. I've actually lost some of my brushes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know.
What, how?
Dropped out of my bag.
Oh.
Somebody will have picked them up somewhere, so I think I need to order myself some new brushes. Look at that. And do you know what I can still see? The shimmer.
The what?
The shimmer.
Oh, yeah, the shimmer.
Yeah, loving that. I know I've probably gone a little bit heavy-handed there, especially when I actually quite like that, though.
Can you give it a wiggle?
I'll give it what?
Give it a wiggle.
Well, I was just going to dry it first and lift off. Ooh!
Oh!
Ooh, definitely a bit of fruit salad there. Ooh. Now, I will promise you, when you use these, as you've seen with my finished sample, you will get a different look every single time. You will not get 2 of the same. So, do I step away?
Yes.
Do I step away?
Have you got to create the background for the matte and layer as well?
Oh, I have.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, I'm going to step away. See what I mean?
Step away because you're running out of time.
See what I mean? Get carried away. I do it all the time. Oh. Well, I am just going to add one more little thing. I'm sorry, Ben. But I have got a little bit of the ink here, so I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to splash over the top. Yeah. Let's get a proper little.
You know you've only got 16 minutes and you've got to do the other bit as well.
All right, okay, I'll stop. Right. Guys, when you're doing this at home,
you have to do it under time pressure.
Yeah, you decide when you step away.
Don't be like crafty Dighty over there, thinking she's got 2 hours when she's only got 1 hour.
Because, and I have realised I've probably got a little bit carried away, and we have still got a little bit more to do, so I am going to wipe that up. Although we are going to be using some more in a second. I didn't really need to wipe that up, did I? Oh, I'm at it again, Ben. I'm at it again.
What is she like?
Let me just give you a little quick flick, though. I like that. And I probably would, if I was at home, I'd probably keep on carrying on. But I quite like the colour separation that I'm getting between all of that, the colour that I've put down. And again, if you use more than, I've just used 3 ink pads, but you're going to get some really lovely effects with different colours as well. Put that aside, not touching it anymore. Let's do one more with the watercolour cardstock. And this particular size, let me just make sure I've got my This wants to be 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So, there it is. Bring back in the guillotine. So 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 for this particular bit, and I'll show you in a second what I mean by that. I'm just going to move those bits out of the way. Thank goodness we haven't got to put a sentiment on because I don't think we'd have time. Is going to be this backdrop, this back piece. The reason I did that was because I think it just ties it all in. I think it flows really well because I've used the same colours that I've used on there to create that background.
So you're just going to do the edges of this cardstock thing?
Yeah, now this bit, super easy, super simple. Bit of colour, back down. Just the 2. I'm not going to use the green. I'm going to just use the 2 for this one. And a bit of a spritz. Yeah. So that's where your water bottle comes in. And then a little bit of the smoochy.
Smooching?
Smooch. Oh, yes, I'm going to smooch with my ink.
Smooching.
Just a little bit of the smooching. First one is the Sun Goddess. Secondary one, I'm going to pop in a little bit of the purple. And I'm just... Now, you'll get a different look if you go on to a craft matte, as in a craft matte, not a glass matte. So you get kind of a different look. If
that's got like more dimples in it, hasn't it? Like,
yeah. I'm going to just add a little bit more though with my paintbrush because again, I don't want too much white. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the 2 and just go around there. Now I'm not doing it all because I don't need it all because obviously a lot of this is going to be covered up. So the next thing we're going to do is just a quick blast. Yeah. It's okay, I can do that now. Sure. And then let's give that a little blast with the heat tool. And then again, very quickly, we're going to have a little bit of a, again, not faux bleaching, because you're not faux bleaching with this. You are bringing the secondary colour into the limelight because you are separating the colours with the water. Yeah.
That was a very sassy separation.
I'm expressive today, aren't I? I'm very expressive with the hands. But yeah. Oh, the shimmer in this is just beautiful again.
Shimmer me timbers.
Absolutely gorgeous. Again, take your little brush or your fingers. Get your fingers in there if you want to do a bit of a finger splash. Yeah, splot it.
Harry Potter style.
I know our lovely Craigie loves doing the splashy splash with his fingers. Or mix them. Mix. And I just want that little bit of a separation of the colour. Again, just go around the outside. Step away from the water, Debbie, you're doing it again. I'm going to move that out of the way because getting a bit carried away. A little bit carried away. Plus I'm splashing all my cardstock now as well. There we go. So, oh, look.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at that. I'm loving this. This is what sets these apart. Really beautiful. I'm going to speed that process up though, so I'm going to take off the excess.
The extra dab, look at that.
Yeah, look, it just looks absolutely fabulous. You will not get, I repeat, you will not get a white faux bleach because, as I've said many a time, Duet, double ink, 2 colours, 2 different styles, completely different. Now, if you were using your normal ink pads, you probably would get that white, which looks nice. Do that as well. But the shimmer as well, I can see the shimmer. Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Oh, I love the shimmer. And look at that. It almost, I mean, really, look at that. The blue, the lemon, the pink, the purple, the cerise or the magenta or the fuchsia, whatever bright pink you call that, running through all of those. Just divine. So that's the quick there that we've got, which is going to be the background piece. So the next things we're going to do now is we need the mats and layers. So I'm going to give you, and this is when you're bringing in your multi-purpose white cardstock and your black cardstock, because they're the bits that are going to do all the mats and layers. So that first piece that we had, remember, was 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. So it's going to be 6 by 4. Your first, oops.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you're going the other way, aren't you?
I was throwing bits away.
6 by 4.
6 by 4 is the first layer that we are going to place down, okay? Now I'll give because we're going to do a card base in the matte black for this, so this is going to be like the first piece, so I'll come to that in a second because that's super easy to do. But the next bit of matting and layering, I want a white, so that's going to be 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. So let's bring in the white cardstock, not the bit that I've splashed, because I've got it everywhere. such a mucky pup when I get really messy when it comes to inks.
That's half the fun though, isn't it?
It's absolutely the fun, honestly. And that bit will sit into there like so.
Fab.
And then I need another black piece, and obviously going up 1/4 inch, so it's going to be 6.5 by 4.5. So let's see if I can get that out of there. Yes, you can. So 4.5 by 6.5, which will be the basis. So what I'm going to do is, let me just bring in my, didn't get it out, all-purpose glue. Let's bring the all-purpose glue in. I'll just put these layers on first. If you want to be, you know, frugal, extract your centres with your paper trimmer.
Yeah.
I, however, have not the time to do that now, so I'm not going to be doing it. I did on the original card, because I don't believe in wasting cardstock that gets covered up. So I'm just going to layer those up. There we go. Pop that one in there as well. And see what I mean about the waste? Get it extracted.
Yeah.
These are all pieces that you could be using for your sentiments, for, you know, the bit box. The many bit boxes that we've all got going in our craft rooms.
Have you got lots of bits in your bits box?
I've tons of bits in my bits box that I never use, because I say one day I'm going to use it. Never use it. So I'm just making sure that, and that the reason I'm using me all-purpose glue to get them so that I've got that perfect framing for them all. And then I'm going to pop some glue onto the emboss side, which always feels weird when I'm doing it with the other way around, but that's the beauty with embossing folders, either side.
Yeah.
We sometimes forget about that deboss side, but can equally look just as fabulous. You just get a mirror image reverse of the design. Now I'm just going to position that. There we go. Wipe off the excess glue, because Debbie's being a bit clumsy there, but it doesn't matter because that wipes off. There we go, and then to stick that down. Now you could, I know in the past people have used brayers and things like that. I just turn it over and give that little bit of a seal, but keep it in mind I haven't moved it, because sometimes that can happen.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to do again, just from the back. Make sure there's no glue separated around the outside. And then, of course, this bit now, this is the bit that you can, if you want to. Have we got some? I might actually use some. Oh, we haven't got any big ones. Oh, la la. All the small ones, never any big.
I had some down here earlier.
No, it doesn't matter. I'll lay mine flat. It's fine.
Okay.
You can put your foam pads on there. Give your card a bit of a height. Chunky glue would work. And then just pop that into. That look lovely. It just ties that all in.
Really does.
And that's why don't be going too mad. If you have done all of it, make sure you extract that centre, because if you are going to add a sentiment, perhaps cut a sentiment out in that and the black, drop shadow it, and then you've got it all matching. It would look really lovely if it was all matching.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop that on there, let that glue set, and then we're going to come to the card base. So it's 1 sheet of your matte black cardstock. Just going to pop that over there, turn it that way and put something heavy on it for a second. It's 1 sheet of your black matte cardstock. Bring back in your large guillotine. I want to extend this because I'm going to get this out of 1 sheet. Now, my card base is going to be 5.5 by 7.5, because if you think about the layers that we've been doing, this will fit perfectly onto that. So 5.5 double is 11 inches. So we're going to go to 11 inches. Like so. We're then going to bring it down to 7.5. So take that to 7.5.
Okay.
Because we're going to get that out of our 1 sheet.
1 sheet.
1 sheet. Pop that guillotine away, we don't need it. Bring back in your embossing folder, embossing board, and we need a scoring tool, which Debbie hasn't got to hand. There we go, we'll use that one. And we're going to score this at 5.5 inches. So 5.5 inches, top to bottom. Ooh, thinner one, Debbie, thinner one, not thicker one. And if I've done my measurements right, that will look absolutely perfect. Ooh, nearly again. Let's pop that down. and your card base. Now, you're probably thinking card base. Well, you could use your metallics to write on the inside, or you could put yourself a piece of white cardstock. Shall we do that? We've got time, haven't we? We've got time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't like the idea of using metallics, take your white cardstock. Depending on the size, I know this is 5.5 by 7.5, so I'll go to 5.25 by 7.25. And that is if you just want to add something on the side. I'd be tempted to add something that matched the front. So I'd probably maybe, do you know, like we did just round the outside with some watercolour cardstock, and then you've got like that lovely bit of white in the centre. That would look nice. But I'm just going to keep it white for now because we are fast running out of time. But you can have a little play with yours. But this is just somewhere, if you don't want the idea of writing in metallic, just give yourself like a little insert, so to speak. And then all we're going to do is, let me just make sure that's straight. I'm going to give that a nice little burnish again, just to make sure. Is then bring in your topper, and we're going to layer that onto the front. I really like that one actually.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I think I like that better than my first one.
Same.
Yeah, I quite like that.
It's the way that, for me, it popped when you, I don't know which layer it was now, but when the yellow like popped in the sky for me, that yellow came through. That's what really added to it for me, yeah.
And it's got that lovely shimmer, shimmer to it as well, because obviously in there you have that little shimmer, hint of shimmer, running through. It's so clever, honestly, I think they were the ones that I was more excited about.
Yeah.
Did we launch them through a birthday?
Yeah.
I thought we did. Yeah, when I saw them, I'm like, oh yes. Just wish I knew where we put them together. Because they're so clever. It's like seriously, it's like magic in an ink pad form.
It is.
And just looks beautiful. Now, of course, with it being a wet glue, it just needs to set. Again, be tempted to open that up and just run my fingers or a brayer over the top just to get that stick going. But, oh, look at us. Well, look at me.
Hello, bang on.
You couldn't have asked for a better timing.
Oh, yes.
But aren't they beautiful ink pads? And something that little bit different. And we've created that from watercolour cardstock with 3 ink pads and an embossing folder, and get really arty. Don't be afraid with these ink pads. I tell you right now, all I want to do is add some ink round there.
Yeah, do that after the show.
I'll have to do that after the show. You could do that as well, but honestly, absolutely beautiful. Oh, do you know what I should have done? Should have done an insert with the colour and then put a white over the top.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would look nice. But I hope you've enjoyed this craft along, and I hope I've shown you that ink pads aren't daunting at all. They're a lot of fun. There are lots of things that you can create with them. Get a little bit arty as well, so have a little bit of colouring in there. Gorgeous ink pads, colour separation, bit of shimmer in there, beautiful colours, and a whole lot of fun that you're going to have. Just promise me that when you've had a play, and you might use some different ink pads, I've just chosen three there out of the 6. Tag me. I want to see what you're creating with these gorgeous ink pads. This is just my little take on it, and I hope you've enjoyed this craft along. But yes, please do tag myself and Ben so I can have a little nosy at what you've been getting up to. I love it when you share your makes, I really do. So I hope you've enjoyed it.
Brilliant craft along. If you haven't yet got the goodies, very quickly before we disappear, the showstopper is everything that we launched at birthday. So you've got all of these fantastic colours. Remember, activated by water, that secondary colour. So the fruit pie, your mountain meadow, the midnight rose, you've got that Neptune, sun goddess and Arctic flower. Get the shimmer with these as well. This is how these are kind of like the next step on from the original ColourBloom ink pads that we launched. Alongside that, you've also got your Celestial embossing folder. So you've got 2 3D embossing folders. The brilliant Celestial. I absolutely love those swirling waves as well. And you can really see on that board particularly, if I just wiggle that back, there's the hint of that shimmer coming through. It's absolutely incredible. And you've seen with Debbie over the course of the last hour how to achieve that effect. And then you're also going to get your 2 2D embossing folders, so that beautiful butterfly collage. And then the one which Debbie used for the craft along, which is the Flora Meadow. And don't forget, if you are going to go for the showstopper, that's the best way to buy. You get the best value for money option there. And you also get the opportunity to go for your bonus buy bundle, which is the half price sentiment sentiment collection. So it should be £28 or £36. You pay £14 or $18 if you get this within the showstopper. And here it is, best wishes. You've got all of your sentiments from the honeysuckle, wild at heart, you've got the kingfisher, you've got those brilliant Simply sentiments. You've got a stamp and die set in there as well, wishing you happiness. It's a beautiful frame with a selection of stamps. You've got your wedding invitation die in there too. And as I say, that is all half price when you pop it in the same basket as your showstopper. What a fantastic craft along, Debbie. Thank you so much. Thank you to you guys for watching as well. We will be back tomorrow for another pre-recorded craft along, same time, same place. So I do hope you can join us. But until then, whatever you're doing for the rest of your Saturday, have a great time and make sure you come and join us for more great content. Same time, same place tomorrow. Bye for now.